Hello, America. Once again, we have our family podcast, Big Sam and Nephews, and which is sponsored by My Guy Market here at 504 East Belmont Avenue here in wonderful Fresno, California. It said they are the makers of the sandwich, but they have the best sandwich in the San Joaquin Valley, which is where I live. It's a Checkmate. It's a yummy Texas row house sandwich, and it's that's what My Guy Market has. And it's also, show is sponsored by a brain fart, My Guy Market, and it's which is their owner is Floyd Sanchez, wonderful guy.
Floyd.
Yeah. So unfortunately, what happened when you were down here in Fresno, Javier, you came Sunday, they were open on Saturday. So just FYI, if you ever come back into town, come on Saturday. It's open between Tuesday and Tuesday and Saturday.
It's all right. Floyd owes me. He owes me. He knows it. I already talked to him. He said he got me next time.
Sounds like Floyd is a good family man who probably goes to church.
Probably does.
Well, and actually, his young boy, he came by the job last week, and again, and the young boy was tough as nails. He got a bloody nose, but he hung in there. This little guy got it. The first day it came, they tended to him, and he was back at it again.
Wait a minute, got a bloody nose? How?
Right. So, but anyway,
probably playing with them rough kids in the jump house.
Right. Yeah, Javier knows. Right, Javier knows about it, man.
I already know what it is. Look,
it happened.
Okay, so he's a little guy. Guy.
Yeah, little guy.
Okay.
But you think about when you're young, and I had a bunch of bloody nose, man. I remember I broke my nose playing Pop Warner football, and I got to the sideline, and the coach just said, take care of it. But my mother had to come out of the stands and had to take care of my broken nose.
Was that Coach Ragby?
Oh, Ashby. No, he didn't coach that year. He actually, quick story, Nathan. Ashby got fired. Ashby got drunk at the banquet, right? And then he cussed out the commissioner, and it was Clausen was the commissioner, and he cussed him out, and so he suspended him for a year. So we had another group ball coach come in and coach us for that 1 year, but we actually got Ashby back the following year.
Oh,
and we went on to
the guys loved him, and I confused the name with Ragby. I was thinking of Bricker Ragster, right?
Oh yeah, Bricker Ragster played on the team with us.
I know, but yeah, Coach Ashby. When as soon as you said the name, he was legendary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I remember.
My Guy Market.
1 year we had about 250 kids out for trials just for a Pop Warner football team. 250 kids. But the whole time I was there, for me personally, I was scared every single day. 2 reasons. I was scared of the coaches and I was scared to get cut. But I hung in there. I just kept playing my time there. So.
Excellent. Good, Big Sam. Good.
But
let's talk about
speaking of football, man. Me and Javier were talking off the air. It's a travesty to what happened to Shadir Sanders. But you know, the NFL.
Why do you think he lasted until the 5th round?
Well, I think the commission.
Got to send a message.
Right.
Y'all niggas stay in line.
Stay in line. Do you think it was? I sent Javier and Sam. I sent you guys a take. A guy was saying that he thinks that, you know, in this YouTube video, he thinks that Dion sort of trying to orchestrate where Shadur would or would not play might have been the catalyst to him lasting until the 5th round, and then not only getting drafted until actually maybe Cleveland got a call from the commissioner's office saying, okay, look, this might make the league look bad, you know.
Like they put a stop to it.
So somebody pick him, you know.
Well, okay, so speaking of that, who was the last person? Let's think about who was the last person who did that.
Eli.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it was all good when he did it, right? It was all good when
Archie came out and said,
and he ain't playing. He's not playing for them. You might as well not even draft him. But it was all good when John Elway said that I'm not going to play for you. It was all good when Jim Kelly said I'm not playing over there. You see what I'm saying? Like it's all good. It's all good.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off right quick. You know what I gotta say. And
get it off your chest.
I'm gonna go ahead and get it out there because you guys can go look this up. What Chad said on their podcast with Shannon. He said it perfectly. I'm just gonna sum it up to the point of they're scared of the Sanders.
Oh,
the NFL is scared of the Sanders family. The NCAA is scared of the Sanders family. They understand how much power they have because they don't come to the table looking for a seat. They're bringing their own chair.
Right. We're going to pull it up, but we're going to pull up with you.
So, there's a couple things that they did that's going to, they're trying to have it come back and bite young Shadur in the butt. One, with him not being drafted in the 1st round, if he becomes really good and he's able to go for that 5th-year contract, he's not going to get the max. It's going to make it harder.
Right. Because
most of the 1st-round draft picks get a nice contract and they're able to go for that max contract on their 5th-year option. That's the first thing. The second thing is they understand that Shadur doesn't need the money like that. Shadur doesn't even have to play football if he doesn't really want to because he has so much endorsement.
He ain't got to play. He ain't even had to pick up a football a day in his life.
So they understand that, but they also are trying to harness that and say, you know what, you think that you're bigger than the system. That's also going to come back and bite the NFL in the behind because all these Nike, Gatorade, all these companies are looking at him like, well, that guy's marketable.
Right.
Who would you rather market? Jackson Dart or Shadur Sanders? That's a no given.
Yeah. Who knows who Jackson Dart is? I'm gonna wait.
So
y'all raise your hands.
Right, exactly. So really, what I'm hoping for Shadur, man, go out there and kill it. Don't be a Jameis Winston. don't be Baker Mayfield. Go be you.
Yeah.
And play your game. Because he does still have an opportunity because the Browns ain't got a quarterback. Go compete.
Yeah.
Go kill it on the field.
Didn't they draft 2 quarterbacks?
They did. They
drafted 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, they drafted
a young man from Oregon.
Yeah,
who's a short little guy, Dylan.
Yeah.
They drafted him. And then after that, they drafted Shadur, which is like, to me, that's when I knew the fix had to be in.
The fix was in when he went with the little guy from. I was like, oh, this how y'all are nasty. That was nasty work. That was nasty.
And I asked you about 2 quarterbacks being drafted, Parker, not to dismiss or even mitigate what you said about Cleveland not having a quarterback, because if you got 2 guys who just drafted, you still don't have a quarterback. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Because it takes time. It takes at least half a season, sort of thing,
True.
But so here's my take on it. Now, I didn't watch Colorado all that much. I think I only saw him play a game or two. Here's a guy with the league. Here's a guy who's very athletic as a quarterback, if memory serves, right? He's mobile and all that kind of thing. And the league seems to be going to a mobile, quarterback mobility. Not you're only going to find so many Michael Vicks. There just aren't that many. But a guy who can extend the play. If there's just nothing there and they're giving you a layup, you can run for 8 yards. You can run for 12 yards, make a first down, kind of thing. Seems like the league is going for that as compared to, the stiff, the field general only, the guy that just cannot move the pocket kind of thing, right, or extend the play.
Right.
So with those attributes, I just wondered, how did that guy last until the 5th round? That's what's perplexing to me.
Well, they try to downplay some of his skills. Like they're saying that he doesn't have a cannon. He doesn't have a really good arm. He has trouble with accuracy, and he's
To me,
and they come up with all these different things.
Accurate, what you just said. That okay? If a quarterback isn't accurate, that's a problem. I don't care if he has a home run arm or not, right?
Well, but his accuracy was dependent on his O line. Like he was running for his life a lot of times.
Okay.
He go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I read something real quick? This is what the pre-draft analysis was. Sanders is physically and mentally tough. He takes big hits to make plays and can even elevate the game in critical situations. Right, that's a good thing. He held on to the ball too long and tried to make too much happen in 2024. So they're saying that he held on to the ball too long. He didn't get away, but he has great ability. So which one don't slap me in the face and then say I'm good though.
Well, that's what they always do though.
Yeah,
they always do that in those pre-draft analysis.
So that's some of the BS that you're talking about. Is like, come on, man. Everybody knows that he was the first or second best quarterback in the nation.
Yeah. What's the bad O-line?
Who was the best? Cam was that? What? Not Cam Newton, but what's
Cam Ward? He could have been.
Cam Ward.
He could. I mean,
Jalen
Moreau went before Shedeur Sanders too. That's crazy.
He's
pretty. And excuse me for saying it. At the end of the season, he got two of his last 2 games. They lost to Syracuse, and they lost to someone else before that. It was like, what?
Yeah.
What was it? Kansas State? Was it Kansas or Kansas State?
No, Miami.
Oh,
they
Miami.
lost two games at the end. They lost to Syracuse.
Yeah.
And I don't recall the other team. It's like,
was
what?
it Louisville? Was it Louisville that they lost to?
It might have been. I'm not sure.
It was a weird team that they lost to. It was like, yo, how did you lose? Like, and Cam Ward, man, don't slight the young man. Like he's good. He's really good. But if you look at Shedeur's numbers, you look at Cam Ward's numbers, they're really, really similar. They are really similar.
And
I think Cam Ward has more. Yeah, right. But I think Cam Ward maybe have more touchdowns or something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I think more touchdowns and more yards or something. But they're really mirroring each other, really. Because if you take Cam off that team and put Shedeur on Miami, it's almost like you don't replace anything.
Yeah.
And it's still the same player.
Which helps segue to my next question. What is Cleveland looking like as a team? I mean, their line, they got a running game.
They picked up a couple of offensive linemen and a couple of running backs too.
Yeah, they got an aging Nick Chubb, and they've got some stuff to work with. More so, who I really feel bad for is Jacksonville got the Heisman Trophy winner. Well, he didn't want to go to Jacksonville. I know that for a fact. He did not want to go to Jacksonville, but it is what it is. Because they're now Travis Hunter.
But you could if you're the Browns, you could have both Shedeur and Travis Hunter.
Stupid is, stupid does.
Like,
Stupid is.
dog, what are
stupid.
you doing?
Stupid is and stupid does.
They
But
don't want.
Jacksonville moved up
They
in
don't want to be a good
Jacksonville.
organization.
Where
They don't
did
want to be.
Cleveland pick?
They don't want to be a good.
They had the 5th pick in the first round.
They
So
got a defensive lineman, I think. Or
Yeah, they got a good
Yeah.
line.
Jacksonville
Hunter,
moved up.
didn't Hunter go number 2 overall to?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yes, that is true.
Jacksonville.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what I think. I think that these guys, the whole league, including my Niners, have caused Sanders to have some extreme motivation.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you okay? You guys passed on me 5 times, or everybody passed on him 4 times. A few teams passed, like 4 teams passed on him 5 times. So okay, so that means, let me see, there's 35, so that's 154. I was the 155th pick,
Something
and
like that. Yeah.
I'm not. There's not 155 guys, 154 guys better than me, and I'm going to show you. That's what I think is going to happen.
He was 144. But here goes another thing too. Like the Giants had 2 picks in 1 round, so you passed on him twice. Then they got, I forgot who they got. They got whoever.
Some scrub.
Yeah.
So
it's like, dude, like again, the fix was in, right? The fix was in, and the fix was, hell, Pittsburgh. That you thought that would have took him at 21. Look, I see Mike Tomlin come in the room and was clapped like, yes. Now he needed a defensive lineman. I think they just went with what they was going to go with. But he passed on him. So they passed on him 3 more times, right? But they don't have a quarterback. And I'm like, dude, that would have been a perfect place to go to, because you have a top 5 D. Cleveland is still a great place for Shedeur to land, to be honest. You got a top 5 defense. You got a running game.
But not just that. The players, see what the NFL don't even realize is these players are watching what they're doing to Shedeur.
Oh yeah.
And they're gonna start rallying around Shedeur because they understand, like, nah, bro, like that guy's the guy.
Yeah.
And the players on the Browns are already coming out like, nah, okay, good, we got him. Like, we gonna rally around him, and we're gonna probably try to make the thing work.
Yeah.
Like that to your point, Nate. Like, that's gonna be the motivation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You have a tight end. You got a couple of you got Jerry Jeudy still there. You got a couple of running backs.
Nice.
You know what the defense brings.
Crazy. About to be even more crazy.
So I'm like, yo, like, you have everything to learn from. I mean, you got Joe Flacco, who is a consummate professional. So even if he doesn't play this year, so what?
Flacco, is he still playing?
Yeah. They brought Flacco back because Deshaun Watson tore his Achilles last year. So Flacco's back, but Flacco's a professional. I mean, he still got Kenny Pickett, but Kenny Pickett's not really a 3rd string quarterback, right? So I'm like, who are you going to get rid of? Because now you got 5 quarterbacks that are on the roster right now. You got two. You got Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur as the rookies. You got Deshaun Watson, Flacco, and Kenny Pickett.
Now, you know what? You mentioned a name that, I mean, you go back 3, maybe 4 years, Deshaun Watson was like the second coming.
Man, what?
And that dude just went off the cliff, man. And what is he, 29 now or something?
Yeah, he's something like that.
Almost 30.
Yeah, he's 29 right now. Yep, he was born in 95. He'll be 30 coming up in a couple months.
That's perfect. Right. Okay. So I mean, this is his physical prime. It should have been, right?
Yeah. Now he's hurt all the time.
So now
that, or he's trying to get massages.
Right. The massages are great.
Yeah, I can't. I hate massages, man.
Don't worry, Deshaun loves them.
It's like, he's like, get this IT band right by my hip flexor, please, thanks.
Oh boy. You know what? I kind of wonder if that doesn't embarrass a man, when your freak comes out, in other words, it's made public, you know. I mean,
Nah.
that's got to be. I don't know. I
But
mean,
Nick,
some
but
guys.
Nick,
I think something like the same thing happened to
I,
what I didn't finish my thought. That's my fault. But if sometimes guys can go into a shell or be embarrassed, like every time I go into a new city, there's going to be people shouting things out, and I think the same thing happened to, and it affects different people different ways. I'm sure about that. Human psychology, right? But what's the guy that's the basketball player from Seattle that had like
Sean Kemp.
yeah, they had all those kids,
oh,
you know 7 baby mamas or something like that. I mean, that all of a sudden he put on a bunch of weight, and he just at his age, for that just to balloon up 30 or 40 pounds, and you're still in your 20s and you're a professional athlete. What that suggested to me is a lack of caring, because I mean, just go run some laps, and I wondered where that lack of caring came from, or if that was sort of a subconsciously deliberate thing to have done to take the attention off himself, or to cause people, well, instead of talking about, making fun of him and his baby mamas, like, well, look at his weight, he's a buffoon, look at his weight. And so people stop focusing on, the other thing that was really painful to him. And I wondered if something like the same thing happened with Deshaun. I mean, I think he likes some kind of, I don't know, hate to say it, but
Well, Nathan, it's called discipline.
huh?
It's called discipline. And and speaking on that, I want to turn to another subject, Shannon Sharp.
oh man, leave Shannon
man.
alone. Leave Uncle alone, man.
I don't even know.
Like,
I don't even know what he did. I don't even know what he did. He had the snow
but
bunny.
We don't know.
He had the
Somebody
snow bunny.
accused him.
he's getting
Right.
extorted. Like,
He's getting Kobe
Well,
Bryant.
here's the thing. Here's the deal. Let me just say this. I'm trying to say this politely.
PC.
It's just, if you're a freaky dude, and a lot of these guys are freaks,
And girls.
and man, a lot of the girls are too, because they're allowing themselves to get involved with this stuff. But come on, man.
Yeah, I thought
with
Shannon was just I mean, I didn't hear any specifics, but I just like assault, in other words.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
all right.
Right.
So tell everybody what I have no idea. I just heard that the girl was 26 and he's 55, and it's a
Nah,
problem.
she was at the time. She was so. All right, so you have a young girl that was at the age of 19 when she was messing with Shannon Sharp.
Okay. She above age.
It started
Yeah,
with 19.
Yes, 19.
She
Started
above
when she
age.
was okay.
So that means he
But
was in his.
How long was that? Was that like
She's 26 now, right?
7
Yeah.
years ago? Okay.
Yeah. So Shannon would have been 40.
Okay.
40.
But that makes no
48.
difference.
Go ahead.
That doesn't-
Bart.
that-
Go ahead,
that-
Bart.
that-
Bart was
but-
about
That
to
makes no
explain.
difference. The bottom line is that they're freaks.
Well, Parker, what were you gonna say? It's, I can't call somebody a freak.
Well, but these people, these two people were.
If it's
were,
legal
And consensual.
Legal.
And consensual.
and consensual, right?
So
Well,
that-
of course,
I understand
it's
that's where I was getting to.
But I mean,
so
to me, that's all the fantasy. It's like whatever fantasy you have, if it's consensual, two consenting of age people, right? I'm not gonna call it a freak. I mean, it's just their thing, right?
Well, so they were having a relationship. They was messing around, doing adult things. But she is a OnlyFans girl. Okay, let's hold that in. Let's compartmentalize that part.
So it's pay for play.
No, not all the time, not all the time. But so fast forward to now, Shannon's being successful, more successful, got on ESPN, and now she came out with, "Hey, I want this much money. I want $50 million." Well, once she did that, that opened up the floodgates for other women that he's messed with to come out and say, "Hey, well, I was this," or me and Shannon did this, or he sexual assaulted me on this.
Man,
You know, so
it's all lies too.
back to
You know
this,
what,
back to
Parker?
this particular, so that back to this particular young lady. Well, Shannon said, you know what, but I got receipts. Like we had a consensual relationship. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Did
sexual
he say
assault you.
receipts?
Yeah,
He got text, man. He got messages.
he
I
got
know he.
messages.
But I mean, but like
these
text
messages,
messages, okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
yeah.
What receipts? Like,
Those are called receipts. That's what the kids are calling receipts now.
text? Okay, gotcha.
We have things to verify what you're saying.
Right.
Right.
So these messages, I mean, y'all can go read them on your own. You know, they
Pretty juicy, huh?
It's really juicy.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
it's stuff that made me look back like, you want to what? Like,
Damn, I need to go read these.
yes, you go read them on your own time. Yeah, you'll have a
I'm married.
good laugh at them.
I'm married. I'm gonna go with you with my wife. Be like, honey,
But
no, I'm just
basically,
joking.
she's trying to entice him to be deeper in this relationship. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's like that picture for Sam's baseball team. That Bauer. You know, that woman was straight line.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
straight. But I mean, it cost him his career. MLB, he fits in Japan now, but you know, he's making probably 1/3 of what he'd be making over here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
But
Cost him his whole career.
two things said struck out. Okay, he had the receipts, the text messages that are juicy. If I was sitting on a jury, and you talking about, well, I want you to do this. Last week you did this, but this week I want you to do that kind of thing, right? Well, that suggests to me consent, right? Number two, she did it like 7 years, if memory serves. That is the statute of limitations. So she came in just under the wire.
No, 20 years in California.
What? 20 years?
20 years. And she moved to Vegas too. She moved to the same.
20, oh yeah, no. Yeah, it's 20 years in Vegas.
Yeah,
So,
she moved to the same place where Shannon Sharp was. So they were still having a relationship, and she moved to Vegas or to whatever so she could be near Shannon. So kind of stalking.
So,
Parker, you tell me the statute of limitations for assault, right, is 20 years
in Vegas.
Yeah. In Nevada.
Okay.
In
Nevada. Okay, I thought it was more like 6 or 7, but that might be my.
It might be in like other states, but Las Vegas is the Wild West. So
well, here's the deal. The thing is that they did some freaky, nasty stuff. Let's just come out and I'm gonna come out and say it. They just did, but they have a right to do whatever they do, and it was consensual, right? And we know that.
Allegedly, we don't know yet.
But you don't know what goes on in people's bedrooms.
But all this is alleged, so we don't know exactly what happened. We're just going through, you know, the rigmarole of, he said, she said, but nothing's gone. So this is the other crazy part to it. No, there's no court filings.
Yep, I was just about to say that. You know, it's nothing when I'm just gonna come out and say it, but I don't want to go to court about it. I just want the money.
And it did its justice by getting him off of ESPN for a little while. He's already stepped down.
Right, I saw that.
So
I would think that his position at ESPN, he's done. He's not gonna come back.
Maybe he's done, but he got other stuff.
Done or it's not done, Sam?
Yeah,
he is done.
Okay.
With ESPN, they don't want that heat.
Right.
They can't afford
which is but see here goes so there goes one side, but here goes the other side, is that anybody, anytime, anywhere can say any little thing about something that is true or not true and put it in the court of in the public opinion of justice, and this can lose your livelihood. This can totally lose your livelihood, and you have to go prove that, hey, man, what are you talking about? Hey, I know that's what we did, but you can lose your livelihood and stain your name for whatever the reason is, because some executive who's probably doing the same goddamn thing,
probably
9 times out of 10, it's got to doing the same exact thing. But there's oh no, we have to be upright and upstanding. But you're not even. It's not innocent until proven guilty when it comes to a black guy. A white guy's gonna have a little bit more leeway. You know what?
True.
You know what?
True.
Yeah, I'm going through that court case. A white guy's gonna sit. You know what? They're not gonna step down. I ain't stepping down, man. You better prove it to me, or you better fire me.
Well, but I mean, but you gotta think about who's owning ESPN.
I understand that. I'm just
because let's just double back to see what they did with Jonathan Major.
Oh yeah. Again, total lies. I'm like, bro, like how did these people not in jail?
Total lies.
How are these people not in jail?
The thing that is messing Shannon up is that it's not just one incident. It's been like a couple, maybe two things that put like a little mark on him.
Because you had sex with a young white woman?
But no, under their eye. Under
because you had sex with a young white woman. Because you had sex with a young white woman. Let's say it out loud. You had sex with a young white woman. And she's mad because now she wants some money. And the only thing she has to do is go say, this big black son of a gun raped me or sexually assaulted me. That's not fair, bro. People get lynched because of that. People die because of that.
But it's more people coming out also saying that. More women coming out saying that.
Again, everybody can lie though.
This one, I'm agreeing with you. No, I 1000% agree with you. But I'm just saying other people are coming out saying that.
What do you guys
think? That's why he's like, oh well, I gotta step down. Because it wasn't ESPN that said step down. He said, I'm gonna step down.
Do you think it's possible that this might be a character hit based at least partly on Shannon's platform being the catalyst to Cat Williams naming big names and lots of them about a year and a half ago?
I think it's part of his popularity becoming what it is now. Because think about it. Think about what happened. He left Fox Sports, and then he travels to ESPN, and then boom, his pedigree just kind of like not his pedigree, but his stardom kind of like just started rising.
Yeah. But you think what's his Shannon's popularity?
Yeah. So he had that.
Are you saying that him going to ESPN is what caught his popularity, and his popularity what is the reason that, and money of course is the reason that this woman said what she said?
A lot of them coming out now.
Yeah.
I think Cat Williams. I think when Cat Williams said what he said, his platform blew up. It wasn't as big before Cat Williams, and then it just blew up overnight.
I would say that is partly like that's probably like a 5%.
I mean, his podcast. His podcast,
yes, because he don't just have the podcast where he sits down with everybody. He has a nightcap. He has endorsements.
Yeah,
like all that stuff.
Him and Ocho Cinco got their podcast.
Then ESPN, he had the contract with ESPN, which was a large amount of money to be on ESPN for 2 days.
Right.
Like all of that, people see all of that stuff, and it's like, wait a minute, you got some money now. Hey, you did such and such to me back, whatever time, just break me off.
Well, here's another thing.
I have no.
Allegedly.
Well, you know what? Anybody who sexually assaults for real, or I think we're not supposed to say that word, but anybody, like but especially kids, of course, but even like on an adult kind of thing, right? I think we need to toughen up the laws quite a bit, to be honest with you. But
I think we need to toughen up the laws on both sides, because if you're lying,
I agree.
If you're lying, you need to have some type of punishment for that.
Yep.
But if you and don't get me wrong, there's real cases out there that are deemed as lies. So the government, I mean the law has to do its due justice as far as investigating and really coming out and saying, you know what, hey, these are the facts and these are the truth. Because everyone has one side, you got another side, you have the truth in the middle.
Right.
Somebody has to know the truth. So like in this particular case, allegedly there's an assault. At what point are we going to say, okay, well, you need to file this in you need to file this case so that we can go do investigations on it. Like that's what needs to happen, because if this is a
But
true
she doesn't want
case,
to do that.
exactly. So that deems, okay, are you telling the truth or are you just saying, hey, I just want something? You know, and that's where it got to kind of get mucked up. Like, and to your point, Nate, like, yes, the laws have to be the law, but they have to be tightened up on both sides, because you get in this particular situation of where it's he said, she said.
Good call. Yeah, agreed. But we have to, I'll offer this caveat, because there's always a lawyer who is just slick enough to exploit,
Whew.
like, I'll put it like this. Let me just say it plainly. I don't want there ever to be any intimidation on a victim, an actual victim.
Yes.
It's already tough enough, right? So I don't want women to all of a sudden be scared, like en masse. So there's nobody that files charges or even says that such happened, right? They've already been victimized, and sometimes their lives are threatened and all this kind of thing. They're scared and fearful, not just of the person, but also they don't. I don't want them to be even more scared of. Well, you know what? I don't want to go to court and be victimized again, right? Or you know what? Let's say that I lose the case, and now they're going to come after me, my money or something, or put me in jail for telling the truth. That's could be a real slippery slope. But I don't disagree with you that somebody who's obviously lying, like the initial one in the Bauer case. You know what? That was BS. That was BS. I mean, they got text messages between her and her friend, talking about. It's been a long time, but he wants to do this, or I want him to do that. So it's way past consensual, and then just she flips the script and wants to get paid. I think she should have gone to jail, to be honest with you. So in a case like that, absolutely.
Yeah. So, man, I definitely don't want to, downplay any real victims out there. Anybody that actually is going through anything like that, we definitely don't want to downplay that.
Right.
All I'm saying is we want to get those people that aren't truthful out the way, so that we can really have a true conversation and really get to the bottom of stopping this type of behavior.
I could tell Sam is frothing at the bit. Probably go back to the draft or something. What's up, Sam?
The truth evades us all the time. All the time. And then what is the truth? But you have to keep coming out with the truth, because you see, nowadays the truth gets downplayed, but the rumors and innuendos and all those things come out, and people believe,
right?
Because they like to believe the falsehoods in mankind. But I'm
a victim. I'm not a victim blamer, but I am a skepticist as far as as far as, hey, okay, you said that, but what's really going on? Like what let's read between the lines here.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and I think that's where I'm at with this right now. Like, we're what are we really looking for? What's the bottom line base of what we're doing here?
Right.
Are you reading the quotes, bro? You look like you're reading it.
Huh?
And a
No,
lot
I
of
was
it
reading
too.
something else.
Oh,
But I'm gonna say this too. A lot of it's on Shannon Sharp also, because you should have
100%.
invested on that young girl.
It's and this is a prime example of be careful.
Sam. No, Sam.
Be careful.
Sam.
Leave the young ladies alone.
Come on, man.
I see, you know,
Spare game.
put it like this. Put it like this. Whatever some preference is, we have to make sure that we don't say, well, you know what? She was 19, so it must be true, right?
But he was what,
Yeah.
in his 40s and a
Yeah.
19-year-old girl.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have, right? But that's got nothing to do with what she's alleging, right?
No.
Because think about it. Think about it. She was messing around with a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
Right.
But it also
Does that make
speaks
her
to
more likely to have made it up and be lying, right?
no.
Or say, well, you know what? You know, she's young and vigorous, and he's not only 45 and older, but has been beaten up for 15 years in the NFL. So maybe she assaulted him or something. It's faulty logic. See, so in some cultures, you know, that would be much more normal than it is here in America, right? So I think we should inflate. You know, he's messing around with a young woman, so probably true, or he deserved what he got because she's so young. You know?
Right. No, I get it. You know, and I've heard a lot of people say, well, it's kind of predatory and, you know, it's kind of, you know, weird or nasty or whatever. But, we didn't say that with Jada Pinkett Smith with the young kid, August Alsina.
There's a double standard.
Oh,
There's a
definitely.
double standard. When J-Lo has a young boy, you know, or Jada Pinkett Smith, you know, Jada, you know, there's a double standard, right?
Because I didn't see anything wrong with the age gap between Jada and August. Like, it is what it is. Like, she messed around with a guy. She was married, of course. You know, that's their prerogative, what they want to do. But I didn't see nothing wrong with the age gap.
How old was the young guy?
Oh man, don't give me the line.
August something.
Yeah, he was like in his 20s.
Okay,
yeah,
so
but
he was of age, right?
But she's in her 50s though, or almost 50.
Yeah.
So like,
right.
I mean, you know, and that was her son's friend at first.
That's kind of that to me. That's more weird than.
It's like, man, were you scoping him out when he was 10 years old?
Yeah, you know, man.
Like, but that's weird. Like,
Will stayed with her.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's their prerogative. That's what they want to do. But there's an age gap. You know what I'm saying? So like with Shannon, there's an age gap with this young lady. You know, it's about 20 years, 20 maybe 20 plus. I can't say that it's wrong. It's weird. I wouldn't personally do it. That's weird.
Well, weird does not translate into wrong.
Does not.
Just because it's weird, but it doesn't make it wrong.
But right now, in this particular case, we're at the public of opinion. And public of opinion is this is where he's catching the heat at. He's not catching it by law. By law,
correct.
He hasn't done anything wrong.
No.
But public law, you know, Instagram law, Facebook law, you
a nasty son of a gun.
Exactly. So that plays a bigger role. That plays a bigger role in what he does in his livelihood.
Good call. Yeah. Yeah, you know, the celeb it's funny because, you know, celebs even people who are like in the country but not celebs, you know, they get the public just sort of fixates on them. You know, they get it's like a young athlete. You know, it's women coming at you all the time, kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
and so I don't know. You know, it's. I guess Sam, you brought up a word called you mentioned discipline, right? I would add a word to that. I would say, or a phrase to that, incessant focus, remembering who you are and what position you're in, and that this thing can blow up in a New York minute, right? From somebody totally fabricating or wanting to get paid, you know. So based on that, I couldn't care less if Shannon's 45 and she was 19. That's not my business. That's up to them, you know. But I would take it one step further and say, well, Shannon, you know what? Look, like this 19-year-old OnlyFans girl, she's not going to. In fact, I bet she's making more money now on OnlyFans because, you know,
Of course.
one that said something initially, right?
Just gotta get your name out there.
Of course, you know.
Let me see what she's working with.
Let me see, yeah, man, you know. But Shannon, I mean, look, you think ESPN dried up? All those endorsements are going to dry up even faster, just because it was put out. Because somebody said something.
Well, just one, maybe a couple, but one is not gonna dry up. It's that Rose Spark.
What's that?
ED. That's the ED one, right?
Yeah.
So have everything hard. I'm like, God damn.
Right. But Shannon had an incident where he was messing with a woman, and it came out. You know, remember that incident about 2 months ago? It came. We don't know how old the woman was, but that came out. Now he weathered that storm.
You talking about the first one where he was on Instagram Live?
Right.
That wasn't 2 months ago. That was last year. That was last year. But that goes back to what I was saying before. Like there's been like little stuff that's happened along the way of why ESPN just like, I don't know, man. Like, yo, you tripping. Like,
if I'm ESPN, I wouldn't take a chance anymore with him. I wouldn't.
Sam, on the rare occasion, I'm going to agree with you on this, right? And you say plain as he's 45 years old, he shouldn't have messed with a 19-year-old. I would say, you know what? Somebody, any person, but especially a celebrity, has got to say, okay, look, you know, this hot woman, hot young thing, right? Is her hotness worth the $25 or $50 million I could lose by going out with her, right? So if a person, so in that regard, you know, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give you a qualified yes.
This
because guess
video
what?
is a step-to-step
If he was messing
guide
with a
on
45-year-old woman, she could say the same thing.
True.
Maybe less likely to, but she could say the same thing and you'd be in just as much trouble.
Now the other one that's odd to me too. It's just I'm gonna say this: Bill Belichick's dating a young 20-something-year-old woman.
mm-hmm.
Yep. And so how do you feel about that, Sam?
We know her.
How do you feel about that?
But my point is that.
Well, how do you feel about Belichick dating that 20-something-year-old?
No, he said, how you feel about it?
I think it's ridiculous at his age.
Tell us why.
Come on, man. What is she really doing?
Well, we don't know what he's doing, but tell us why you think it's ridiculous.
But with Bill is even more weird because you're on a college campus now.
Oh,
That's weird, bro. Stop.
He's like that. He's like Indiana Jones when he was that hot college professor that he had all the girls like, I want you now. Right. Like, what? You know.
And you're known, you're Bill Belichick,
Indiana Jones.
Hey man, Indy is, that's my guy. Anywho.
Well, the bottom line.
So Sam, is Belichick's girlfriend 21 or 29?
Something like that.
But there's a big difference. If you're 21, in my opinion, you're still a kid, right? You're a big kid, a very super. So if you're 29, the human mind has matured. They say that the human mind develops until age 25, and then you start to become who you are going to be as an adult, right? So if somebody's 29, they're even past that stage, right? You know,
she's
somebody
kind
who's 29 might be in a hurry to have kids because guess
of,
what? She might only have a few years left to have kids.
hey, she's kind of hot too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, look at her. She's kind of a little hot, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
she
So,
How was Belichick?
huh? Why, Sam? Tell us why you think it's.
How old is Bill Belichick?
Belichick, he's in his 70s, 60s, or 70s.
That's my point.
What's your point? Because of the age difference?
There's a major age difference. That's
Okay,
like dating your grandson.
Javier,
Huh?
does Belichick have kids?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. He has
Yeah.
his one of his
son's
kids
a
is
coach.
coaching. Yeah, coaching.
Okay.
Yep.
So Sam,
Or two of them are coaching. I
Sam,
think.
Yep.
Belichick, like Tony Curtis, was Tony Randall. I think Tony, it's one of the Tony Curtis and Tony Randall, you know, one of the actors. They had Ed Asner was the same way. Had his first kid when he was like 75, maybe even 80.
Yeah, Al
And
Pacino
whoever-
just had a kid at 80.
Who?
Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, right? Oh, another one. I mean, he had a daughter at like 60, and who's an actress now. She's 20 probably, but you know, let's say a dude has worked like a dog all his life. You know, never married, or maybe did marry, but never had kids until he's 75, and it's like, doggone it, you know, I want to leave a legacy and something like this, and I want kids. What about a guy like that? He can't find a 70-year-old woman. Big
Man,
Sam.
this girl is 24. Just FYI.
She's on the border then.
Kind of hot, huh?
She cute.
All right.
I mean, you know, she's in it for the money.
Oh, I'm
Talking about
See, that's
marriage
what
and
shut it
kids.
down. You know.
You know, she's in it for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I'll tell you what. I will just say that, Sam. I think there's some other things to consider. Could it be, you know, based on? I mean, there are, you know, like perverts in the world, kind of thing, right? But what I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be. There are situations where, like, if a guy, you know what? Yeah, you know, I worked hard. I've made a good life for myself. Now I want to share it. You know.
Going to frolic, man. That's
Yeah,
what
I bet Bill frolics probably a lot less and probably not as good as he did 50 years ago. You know, happens to us all, guys, young guys. That just, you know. So it might not be based only on that. And if you know, here's a rich guy, right? And men are criticized about this all the time. You see, a man has to work. A woman, in many cases, born with what? If she's born beautiful, guess what? She's going to have an easier life than somebody who, if she's born a 10, she's going to have an easier life than a 9. It's going to be easier than an 8, and on down the list, right?
Right.
It's just the way it is, and it always has been. It's never going to change, right? But a man has to earn his social status, right?
Yep.
I mean, you can be born probably extra cute as a man, but wait till you're 27. You got even a 27-year-old woman, you know, might look good or something, and you have no future. Guess what? You are no longer a 10 in the eyes of a 27-year-old woman. And probably every year that goes by, your social value goes down half a point. Like if you're a loser, right? Because a woman's not gonna say, "Oh, guess what? I'm dating an extra cute loser." No, nobody's gonna say that, right?
Nope.
That's not what women are motivated by.
But there are,
So
Nathan,
with that in mind,
there are boy toys out there too.
huh?
A lot of boy toys out there.
That's
women.
true. Hey, we got
There
like
are-
5. We got like 5 minutes, and we ain't talking about the Lakers yet.
All right, Lakers. Okay. Your team.
Yeah.
And they suck.
Speaking of, you know what I'm saying?
Trash.
I think they ran out of gas, maybe.
I think-
Minnesota, I saw one game when I just got back from overseas, guys. I watched one game when I was over there, and Minnesota just looked like they kind of handled them a little. The game was close, but they handled them, kept control of them, and pulled it out at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I think, man, you know, we're seeing that change in the guard. You know, we finally starting to see a you know, what we say down here what we call him down here in Atlanta, AE, Mr. Anthony Edwards. Like, we starting to kind of see him coming to his own and really start taking the mantle for people. You know,
Yeah, he
I
on a
definitely
mission.
see it. Yeah, I definitely see it. I hate to see it being a Laker fan, but as a, you know, just as a guy just as a basketball guy, you know, it's good to see it because like the last game, he took it to LeBron. Hey, I want to be physical with you. Hey, I want to guard you. I
Yeah.
want to take you out.
Oh,
You
he
don't
plays
see
for
that.
Minnesota.
Say it again.
AE plays for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his mentality is different. Like, I'm a guard the best. He has that. I'm a guard. He has that old Kobe. I'm a guard. You know, inside the All-Star game. Hey man, I'm a guard you the whole game. I'm gonna make sure that everybody know on the biggest stage of this that you know that everybody knows that I'm better than you. Like, he has that kind of mentality. Is he better than LeBron? Right now, he's younger than LeBron. He's more spry. So, you know.
Let me ask you this. This kind of came up before the show in the warm-up. I say LeBron is one of those rare athletes who has like a seeming 20-year prime. It's a superstar. It's like in his prime, halfway through his season, or maybe by his second season, he's like, man, this dude is incredible, maybe the best player. And he kept that status for more than 50 years. It's going on 20. I think, you know, to be the best in the world at whatever you do, basketball or tiddlywinks, that's rare, right?
Right.
So do you think LeBron is still in his prime, or do you see a diminishing on his
I think the way that he plays is different.
Different.
What is he is diminishing. Father Time will win this battle. Not
Undefeated.
All day.
Father Time is undefeated.
I think where he is, he's learned with his body. Hey man, I can't do. If you see him play now, he picks it. It's like old Jordan. Old Jordan would pick his moments. You know what? Not right now. I'm gonna pick it right now. Right. I'm not gonna play 1,000%. I'm gonna play 70% most of the game. Then I'm gonna do 100% for the next 5 minutes to see if we can get us close. So that's So that's what it is. But mind you, his 70% is still everybody's 100%.
Yeah.
So that's What's it?
I'm sticking with facts. Father Time's going to win this
Oh
battle.
yeah. That's what I say right now. That's what I said right now. Go ahead and just retire, man. It's all you got your son in the league. Go ahead.
LeBron was in on 4 championships or 5?
4.
Okay. So he'll go down as a 4-time championship winner, which is no problem. I don't have a problem with that. He's the all-time leading scorer.
Yeah,
he's got that record.
Yep.
I don't think anybody's going to break that record anytime soon.
Yeah. He's chasing the ghost.
Right.
He's chasing the ghost.
He's chasing the goat. He's chasing Michael.
You ain't gonna get there. Kobe didn't get there. You ain't gonna get there.
What, 6 titles?
Nah, he just chased. It's not even. It's not even the titles. Jordan has his otherworldly accomplishments that when you was the best of the best. See, the problem is that LeBron over these 20 years, he came in with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? 03, he came in where Kobe was at his prime, and him and Kobe went at it at his prime. Kobe took him out. Okay, you didn't get good. You did this, and then you got Steph Curry. But it's the same thing with Kobe, where you say, hey man, Kobe's the greatest. You know what? In Kobe's time, you had Tim Duncan with 5 championships. Kobe got 5, but Tim Duncan
Right.
got 5, right? But we know that Tim Duncan is one of the best of the best of the best of the best. You know that for a fact.
Right.
Do you think, LeBron, Jordan, do you think LeBron's image is just a little bit too clean and too pure he's a little bit vanilla, right? A little bit too perfect. It's actually a question. Jordan, we all knew and quietly that he had kind of not a bad boy side, but likes to smoke cigars.
Yeah.
He had some.
Had
I
women
don't.
all around the country.
Yeah.
And so maybe, that seems to Joe average sports fan. Oh yeah, Mike's one of the guys, but LeBron is just too perfect, too clean. And that's not a critique, but I'm asking.
I would, to be honest, honestly, I would rather LeBron off the court is what you want from everybody. Is what you want from everybody. I'm clean. I'm professional. I do my business. I'm a family man. I'm this, I'm that, I'm blah, 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 blah. So it's what you want. If I want my kid to look at somebody philanthropic, now Jordan is a little different because, hey man, Jordan has this little thing, but that's the era that he grew up in, right?
Could you, I think you put that well. We can sum it up maybe by saying Jordan, wink, wink, is one of the guys. LeBron could be president.
Yeah, LeBron is one of the guys too, though. LeBron is one of the guys. When you have to see, he doesn't talk. You have to get to these little shows where I like to hear LeBron. LeBron cusses like a sailor. For real.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy.
So he has all of the. We just don't see it a lot, right? But LeBron is a jokester. He's a people's people person. So all his personality, all of that stuff is what you want to have. I think it's just two different generations. Where it's like,
LeBron came from the hood. LeBron did not go to college.
Yeah.
So LeBron developed his whole image through years and years and years and years and years and years of training. He speaks well. He doesn't speak like a hood rat, right?
Yep.
And he has to get to learn to be able to do that. And maybe his handlers or whoever, but I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying that. And no man is perfect. No man is perfect. No man is perfect. Because you look at go back in history, Bill Russell had dirt on him, right?
Yeah, LeBron got dirt on him. LeBron got dirt on him too.
Russ had dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got dirt, but we just don't talk about it.
Right.
That's my point.
Apparently, you're right. That's surprising to me.
But see, and my brother was alluding to it a little bit just now. The problem with LeBron is not overall LeBron. It's that LeBron on the court, like, are you gonna be a killer night in and night out, LeBron? Can you, like, when you watch Michael back in the 90s, you knew that Michael was gonna kill everybody on that court, no matter what happened.
Like I'll tell you the LeBron that I like the most, the version of LeBron that I like the most, when he was in Miami with D Wade.
Oh, Miami.
That he was the villain. He was the villain for the league. Oh, you left Cleveland to go down to Miami and go da da da. So he was a villain.
He had a chip.
Yeah, he had a whole chip on his shoulder. Like young LeBron, I love to see him play because he was athletic. He was learning how to play the game a lot. You know what I'm saying? But when he went to Miami, man, that was like, oh, this is what we doing? Okay, watch this. So his confidence was crazy. His confidence always been. But yeah, if that LeBron would have stayed the whole way these 20 years, I'd have been a definite fan. I'd have been a definite fan. Like, I'm still a LeBron fan. I'm not like a diehard fan. I like the way he plays, but I'm not like, like he's not my top, whatever. But if he would have played like that all the time, because that's what people wanted to see. They want to see that engagement. They want to see that, where he was just angry. If he would have played for me, if he would have played like that, and not saying he doesn't play like that, but if he would have sustained that, which is hard way to sustain for 20 years, you wouldn't have been able to do it. But if he would have played like that for the next 7 years, I would have been like, oh yeah, LeBron is that guy. Like I know LeBron is that guy now, but I'm just saying
He's
like
still that guy.
But you would have been, he would have been in that conversation to like, hey, bro, you surpassed Kobe.
Yeah, you would have surpassed Kobe years ago.
Yeah.
Like
Kobe was bad, but I would take LeBron.
I'll take if you talking about prime Kobe, prime LeBron, I'm taking prime Kobe.
Prime Kobe killed LeBron. He killed LeBron defensively, offensively. It was nothing he could do with Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
It was. You talk about a scorer, a defender. Nah, give me Kobe.
LeBron is equal defensively, and I think that he had more facets to his game. Rebounding, passing. Kobe was not a great rebounder, and I bet that dude probably didn't have 100 assists for his entire career.
That's a lie.
You are correct. No, you are correct. We're not talking about just pure skill. We're talking about that next level of okay. With let's say 20 seconds on the clock, and we down by 5. Like, what are we gonna do?
Talk about closing.
Yeah,
closing.
I'm just talking about that little bit.
Finish.
That's the difference between
Kobe
and Jordan. Michael, Kobe.
Kobe got LeBron. He got D Wade. He got Carmelo Anthony to be fanatical. He got Carlos Boozer. He was one of them guys. When they was all on that Olympic team, he got them to be fanatical. Like, yo, this dude is psycho. You have to be psycho to be the best. You have to be psycho.
And on that
Jordan only slept 3 or 4 hours a day. He go smoke. He go work out. He go play golf. You got to be a psycho.
Jordan, you talking about, or Kobe?
Jordan, both of them. They're psychotic.
I know Jordan was like that.
They're psychotic.
Here's what I mean. Comparing Kobe to LeBron.
KG is psychotic. Am I right, Uncle? KG is psychotic. KG is psychotic.
Oh, yeah.
KG is psychotic. I know Uncle knows I seen KG in high school, psychotically. I was like, yo, this dude work out too much. What we doing? I ain't doing that. That's the difference. That's what I tell the kids now. The difference between me playing on the next level, where I could play at a college D1 level, that's how good I was. But when I seen KG, Stephon Marbury, psychotic too. Again, I know all these guys in high school. Psychotic. I'm lifting. I'm doing this. It's a different level. I ain't on that. I ain't on that level. I'm cool.
Well, but LeBron willed his team to the finals. How many? 7 times? 8 times? You know, I mean, he has such a complete overall game. No weaknesses. Tremendous defensively. Very strong rebounder. Great passer. And the NBA's all-time leading scorer. I mean, he was just the total package, right? And that's why I say I take LeBron over Kobe.
Yeah, 2 different players. Two different players. The way that they approach the game is different.
Yeah.
You guys don't understand. You got to go way, 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 way back. I am
wait.
old.
What position? And I'm going to tell you who you're going to talk about.
Yeah.
What? Huh?
Center position, Bill Russell.
Okay.
Bill Russell made everybody good. You got to remember, go back. All the guys that are in the Hall of Fame that played with Bill Russell in Bill Russell's era. Just check that out.
Right.
I
didn't see much of Russ.
Bill Russell was what, 6'11", 6'9"?
I think he was 6'9" or 10. I don't think he was.
But everybody that was in the league at that time was like 5 foot.
God damn, dog. 5 foot, bro.
No, you know what? I think if Russ played today, he'd be phenomenal.
Bill Russell he was Dennis Rodman before Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman, that's a good call. Dennis Rodman under the center.
So he has a motor.
I've said this before 10 times. I think, you know what? If you took Babe Ruth and put him in today's game, he would be just as bad.
He would still be Babe Ruth.
He'd still be Babe Ruth. Because guess what? He wouldn't eat as many hot dogs.
Oh yeah,
he'd have a better workout regimen, all that kind of thing. Man, Babe Ruth looked like a racehorse early in his career. You don't see a lot of pictures. You see that big fat Babe Ruth.
Yeah, that's the truth.
He was real.
Clemens is probably the last one.
What's that?
Roger Clemens is probably the last fat picture that I've ever seen.
He wasn't. Clemens used to be yanked up, man.
He was.
Yeah, but
Clemens used to be yanked
towards
up.
the end, that man was fat.
Oh yeah, he was getting up there. Yeah, he had a little.
He was fat.
He was barrel chested.
Yeah, he was barrel chested. Yeah,
could have done more sit-ups, maybe. Yeah, true. He was still good though.
No, he was still heat. He said the heat. Definitely got to get on the baseball next week, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Dodgers looking good.
Oh man. Wait a minute. Wait.
Braves is coming back.
I know you did that because we got 30 seconds left or something.
I know, man.
You gonna say that?
Now, Uncle got an LA hat on. It was a LA man.
Instead of who's in first place?
I don't know. I don't know who's in first place. But
it's not the Dodgers. It's not the Dodgers.
Not that team.
It's all right. It's all about the end of the year.
It's not the Dodgers.
October is when we come up.
On paper, I agree with you. On paper, they look pretty tough. Before the season started, the talk was it's them and everybody else, like these guys. And I put something together, right? Because they're doing something that I've never seen before in any sport. For 10 years, probably now more like 11 years, they've had the best team on paper, one of the best teams on paper, year after year after year, and the strongest or one of the strongest minor league systems. That's not supposed to happen, right?
Sure.
So I kind of put something, they're scouting well, they're developing well, but what was perplexing to me and probably many other people is how do you have a team like that and still winning 100 games rolling out of bed, winning 100 games, picking at the end of each round, but a strong, super strong minor league system. That's true. That's developing. That's getting lucky when you draft, being good and analyzing and getting a little bit lucky. Baseball is a little bit of luck in the draft. But the thing is, their core major league ball players were given to them. They bought them. Or in two cases, they bought Freddie Freeman
and Ohtani.
Right? Now Rocky Sasaki. We don't know what he's going to do, but he's good. But also, Mookie Betts, Boston gave him.
That was a gift. That was a gift. Those are
their three core players.
Yeah, that was a gift.
That makes it a little bit easier to understand. They went out and they bought two and were gifted one, and they're doing a good job with the draft. But I don't think we're ever going to see this again.
Hey, I do want to ask one question. So since we're talking about baseball real quick, so with the Mets got Juan Soto, right?
They're playing ball, man.
So they're 19-9. The Braves are 12-15, which is 6.5. They got the best record in baseball. I think the Braves I think the Braves are gonna catch them. They
could. It's early. The Braves they went 0-7 to start.
Yeah. So and they're 12-15 right now. But here goes the thing. I think that the Mets are dangerous enough to really come out the NL to the World Series because they have bats, they have some pitching,
right?
They have a bullpen. Their bullpen is really, really strong. Everybody's hitting right now too, though. So that's one thing with the Braves. Nobody's hitting. So now they're starting to hit now, and they're going on, a streak.
Atlanta will be there, man. They're super talented, right? The New York, they've got guys who are going to end up in the Hall of Fame. Pete Alonso.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Soto. What's the other dude? They've got three big.
They got three big. Who's Pete Alonso? Who's on their team? I gotta look it up. Hold on. They got hold on.
The shortstop from Cleveland.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. Francisco Lindor. Yep.
Right, Lindor. Right.
Yep. Yeah, Lindor is a bad boy.
Hall of Famers in their prime. That's what Sam's team has. The three Hall of Famers in their prime. So the thing is, after that, you just build around. You need pitching, but Mets always had pitching. That's their franchise's
Right.
motto, right?
Right.
But you got guys, you got a good supporting cast. You don't just have those three guys. So those three guys, I mean, somebody's always going to be hot between the three of them. Maybe two of them will be hot at all times, kind of thing. And that takes pressure off the other guys. You don't have to be the hero. We got three heroes, kind of thing. See? So, and it puts pressure on opposing teams and especially opposing pitchers.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think the National League is really, really strong this year, where you have 8 teams that can really go win the World Series. So and this is just looking in it early. No injuries have happened, luckily. You get some guys coming back from last year's injury. So, I'm interested to see. I do want to go see the Braves and Mets play this year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna try to make it to one of those series games, because that will be exciting for me.
Mm-hmm. And to all you Braves fans, the Braves have been the most underachieving baseball team.
No doubt.
You can go all the way back.
Wait, whoa, Javier.
Yep.
Did you hear what Sam just said?
He said they're underachievers.
And look at the colors he's wearing.
I know, it's all good. I
Look
know
at the colors he's
they should have
wearing.
had 5. They should have had 5 rings, and they only got 1. And they only got 1.
At least 5. Take off that hat,
Oh my
Sam.
God, you have
Take off
2.
that cap.
We have 2.
Yeah, finish, please.
I don't want to hear this stuff.
Finish your point, Sam. Finish your point.
They had the big 3 was pitching, and they won what? 1 World Series
ever.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Who'd they lose to? Hold on. Time out. Who'd they lose to? Let's recap that.
92
to the Yankees. They lost to a stacked Yankees team twice. They lost to Minnesota before they was even the Braves. They was but that team was stacked. They lost to some stacked squads.
Well, not Minnesota. Minnesota was not stacked.
No, man, Jack Morris, man, he was pitching the hell out of it, man. That was a pitcher's dude.
They got him Detroit. Jack Morris.
Yeah, but
everything else, my friend, was all homegrown. The Twins were all homegrown. They had Dan Gladden from the Giants. I'll tell you that.
Dan Gladden.
You remember Shane, the left fielder? He was picked up from somebody else. But Kirby Puckett, homegrown.
Right.
Ben Hurt, homegrown. Gagne, homegrown. Need I say more?
I mean, I'm just saying. Should they have more World Series? Yes.
Yeah,
but you got to remember, three years in a row. But hold on, 3 years in a row, John Smoltz got hurt. Tommy John twice. He got hurt 2 times. So Rocker got hurt.
Steve Avery.
Yeah, so a lot of times
Rocker racist.
Yep, that got him out of here. That got him out of here.
Yeah. See, Sam, you ought to take that cap off, because see,
ain't no excuse. They should have had to. They should have beat the Yankees once, though. They should have got the Yankees once.
What team went to the World Series 3 times in 5 years and won every time? Sam?
I'm
waiting for the answer. I don't have the answer.
I'm waiting for the answer.
It's not the Dodgers. Oh wait, it's the 3 times in 5 years. Oh, it's the Giants. It's the Giants. Buster Posey. I ain't no Buster, but my name ain't Posey.
I'm not ripping the Giants at all. I'm just saying that those Giant teams were fantastic. They all came up through the system.
And 95% of us were homegrown.
Right.
We don't. But nobody wants to go to no hitters. Want to come out here, But the thing is, see, we didn't buy our titles. We didn't buy them, right? And we were underdogs in every, not just World Series. But by the time we get to like the league championships, we were underdogs every time. Sometimes in the first round, underdogs.
Well,
yeah.
I'm just gonna quote T-Pain. It ain't tricking if you got it.
All right, man, hey man, you want to close it out? Yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell us about that checkmate sandwich, Big Sam.
That's right.
All right. This Big Sam and Nephews show is sponsored by My Guy Market at 504 East Belmont Avenue here in good old Fresno, California. They are the makers of the Checkmate Texas short rib sandwich. Okay. And I've had it a couple of times. Very good sandwich. Actually, Floyd got me a sandwich this week. I like the classic myself because it's like kind of like more of a burger, but I do like that checkmate. That checkmate, woo, it's rough for me. I couldn't eat that. I ate it once or twice, but I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, I have my preference of sandwiches. I like the classic for me, you know. But anyway, the owner of Sanchez, wonderful owner, wonderful guy. I want to thank him for sponsoring this Big Sam and Nephew show. I also want to thank Javier, the engineer. Like I said, if we don't have Javier, we don't have a show. Thank my other nephew down in Atlanta. He's down in Atlanta. My other nephew is down, Parker's down in Atlanta. And my good friend Nate is up in Sacramento, which is about 2.5. Well, wait a minute. I got to ask Javier a quick question. When you text me, when you were down here, right, and you dropped me off, and then you text me about 8 o'clock, what time did you leave here?
Oh, we can't hear you.
Oh. I'm on mute. My bad. I was on mute myself. I left down there at it had to be like because we left Renee's house about 5:30. Yeah. Oh. So this is like 5:30, 5:45, something like that. And then I stopped and I stopped somewhere and had Chipotle. I sat down and had Chipotle for about 20 minutes and should not have had it, but you know, whatever. But yeah, it took me a couple of hours. And I wasn't even speeding that time. I was speeding coming to you, but I wasn't speeding coming back.
You may have the record time as far as going from Sacramento to Fresno. That's all I'm saying.
It was 2.5 hours. It was like 2 hours and 15 minutes when I came. 6 o'clock in the morning, man. I'm going 90, baby.
For our listening audience, that testosterone is coming from the man who actually races motorcycles at the track like once a month to get his fill.
Yeah, like 2 times a month now. So I'm going in a couple of weeks.
Kids, teenagers, don't speed. I think it's supposed to take about 3 hours or 4 hours to get to Fresno from Sacramento.
It's like 100 and some miles. It's like 180 miles. It's like 175 miles from Sacramento to Fresno.
Don't feel bad.
Our listening audience, do 60, 65 if you must, but you know, 60 is good enough.
The speed limit was 65. I was going 80. Everybody else was passing me. I was like, damn, CHP was looking at me like, bro, what you doing? Why you going so slow? I'm going to move over, sir. Sorry.
Hey, don't feel bad because I did the trip from Atlanta to Florida and Orlando in like 5.5. So.
I did that before too.
I think it's close to 8 hours.
The old guys on
this. I got speed. Nephews.
Get the teenage audience if their parents have anything to think about. Don't speed. And Sam, I'm vegetarian, but I bet that checkmate sandwich is exceptional. You like the classic, but I bet that checkmate is still exceptional.
Now the other that roast that steak sandwich is not bad. It's just a lot of meat in there, and I'm like, oh boy.
I'm sure Floyd doesn't mind that endorsement. Maybe not bad, could have been better, but it's a lot. So, Floyd won't cheat you.
You will get your money's worth.
He won't cheat you.
I'm impressed because I have a wonderful sponsor for this show, and I can't say enough about Floyd and Floyd Sanchez and what he's done for me, but he's done a lot for me.
Thank you,
he
Floyd.
Really had.
Floyd, you owe me a sandwich, bro. I'm just FYI this thing. You owe me a sandwich.
Come back. You come here.
I've got a cousin in Fresno. I'm gonna tell him about My Guy Market.
Right. Tuesday through Saturday.
I got you.
Now we'll be back on the air next Sunday. We'll be back on the air again, and then the following Sunday I gotta work again.
All right. Hey,
I gotta ask you real quick, Javier. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Oh snap!
Down here in Fresno for 30 minutes show. Are you gonna get that on there too?
I'm trying. I'm gonna try. Yes, I'm trying. It's a good one too. It's just raw. It's just a raw show.
Lastly, for me, and most importantly, my condolences and kind wishes to Parker and his family.
I appreciate it.
He lost his mother. Last week she passed away.
Yeah, last week.
Right. So I know it's tough on the family, tough on your wife. That was her mother, and but
she was loved by everybody. So that's the most important thing.
That's all. A lot of people.
My best to you.
Thank you.
And
Appreciate
your wife.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Well, we got to go now. We're going to be back on next Sunday again. And the following week, I've got to work that week. So we'll be off the air. But I try to, I do have to work. I got to earn a living, people. I got to work.
People got it. We got bills. Hey,
maybe next week we might be live from Adidas tournament. So we're going to see.
Hey, where's that tournament at?
South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Hey, that Fresno hat is one of my favorite hats right now. Just saying. I like that hat. Hat's awesome. It is.
What time is this show over?
Now.
Oh.
It's a nice Fresno Grizzlies hat. I'm just saying, it has a little California, has a little grizzly on it. It's a cool hat.
The one he's wearing?
No. The hat that I got. No.
Fresno hat.
The Fresno hat.
Baseball team.
I can't see past that. I can't see past that thing.
Oh man, he's seeing blue. He's not seeing red. He's seeing blue.
Damn, I got a 49ers hat on right now, man. God dang.
Send it to Sam.
Yeah, I got you. All right.
Express.
All right, everybody. Hey man, my life was on the racetrack one week, snowboarding the next week, and back on the racetrack the next week after that. Man, that's how I'm living. So
you the man. Just be careful at that other track.
Hey man, I had a little fall last week, but it's all right.
And I also want to wish congratulations to my other nephew up in Sacramento, Salvador Carey. Oh. He's Parker and
big bro.
And Javier's big oldest brother. He got married recently.
Yeah. They I was trying to stay out there for that one. So it's like they need to do like no fanfare. So
right.
I could have stayed out there, but I was like, man, I'm ready to go back home. I'm ready to go. My bad.
Good to get back home.
Yep. So yeah, congrats, Sal Carry On and Courtney Carry On.
Oh,
Nathan?
Yeah.
You over the Mid-East? Or the Far East?
Far East, yeah.
Where'd you go?
Hawaii, Guam, Korea, and Japan.
Yeah, man. Those are my spots right there, man. I'm trying to get over there.
What's that?
Were you gone for 2 weeks or 1 week?
About a week and a half.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now you went on a what is it called, a jump?
A hop.
A hop. That's what.
Yeah.
What the hell is a hop? I don't even know what this is.
Absolutely.
Those are just kind of go. You kind of stand by, and then you get on a plane and you go out there to. Right.
Flying now, from an Air Force base.
You went to okay, got you. Okay,
right.
I know what you're talking about. Oh, okay, I thought you was.
I didn't plan for that many stops, right? But hey, got there and back. Went and saw my old stomping grounds. Korea was my first overseas assignment. In fact, that specific base in Korea, Osan Air Base. All my old brothers. Hoop. All right. But it was good to get back, and I'm so proud of my Korean brothers and sisters who, when I got there decades ago, it was still absolutely developing. I mean, they had just put in the Seoul Busan. Busan is a big city in the south. It's beautiful down there, right on the ocean. But they put in their first major, I don't know, big 4-lane or whatever highway ever in the country. And, you know, it was absolutely developing. You know, it wasn't third world, but it was terribly developed, right? But through hard work, focus on academia, a country focusing on its people, and again, that hard, incessant work ethic, right? They turned that country into a gem. Now they have the world's leading internet. They have one of the best primary education systems in the world. I mean, they've developed cities, a little city, we call it the Ville. Songtan Up is now it's like a little city now, where before it was kind of an undeveloped village, right? I'm so proud of those people. I'm so proud of my Korean brothers and sisters. So big hats off to you. Now I'm saying this for a reason. As a teacher, this is something that anybody can do, in my opinion, any individual, any country, or any culture. Keep that in mind, folks. Hard work, education, belief in.
All right. We want to wrap this up. I want to thank everybody for being on our show. We will be on again. Like I said, we'll be on again next Sunday. And then after that, in 2 weeks, we'll be off again because I got to work. But and then hopefully by then, Javier is going to have that 30-minute show we did down here in Fresno at my job. Hopefully you'll have that on too. But I want to thank everybody. And please subscribe to this show when you get a chance to subscribe. And that's always helpful. I tell everybody that I see to subscribe to this show. We do it just kind of for fun. It's a sports show, but we do get off sometimes with other subjects, and that's okay by me. All right. Thank you all very much. We will see you again next Sunday, and we'll get her going again. There'll be some other topics we can talk about. Thank you all. God bless you all. We will see you next Sunday. Goodbye.
All right.
Peace, people.
See you.